Fellas, what's good? How y'all doing? Welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about crocodile tears. Crocodile tears. I've dealt with this a couple of times. Crocodile tears are pretty much insincere tears, primarily that women like to use. It's a tactic that women like to use whenever you catch them in the act of something or you bring something to their attention, and pretty much they just don't want to take accountability for it. They don't like the fact that you found out about it, so they're going to use this crying technique, this sad and oblivious technique, as if they didn't know what they were doing, as a way to kind of disarm you and even potentially trick you into thinking you were the issue. So I'll tell you how this went, how this goes, and I guess I'll tell you how it went too. I had a interesting situation. So for me personally, one time I found out this person was doing some inappropriate things that was unacceptable to me. I brought it to this person, brought it to their attention, tried to have a conversation and communicate about it. And instead of this person owning up to the situation, instead of them being like, you know what, I did do this, I'm sorry, it was wrong, I won't do it again, they started acting pretty much like a child. Started, getting real sad, real quiet, like all innocent, acting as if they didn't know what they did or what I'm talking about in the situation I'm bringing up. And you'll hear it a lot. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what happened. I kid you not, this grown-ass adult started fake tearing, started fake crying, threw herself on the ground and had a full-on temper tantrum because I was calling her out on the behaviors that she was doing. And they'll really try and convince you like they don't know what's going on, they don't know what they did, and you're making me feel crazy. Those were the exact words that came out of her mouth. You're making me feel crazy. So the moment you start seeing the tears start falling, the moment you start seeing they're becoming very hysterical, what they're saying, how they're acting is not making sense, and they just refuse to acknowledge what you're saying. They refuse to acknowledge it. They refuse to accept it. They're acting like you're delusional. You're just pulling things out of thin air. That's where you gotta realize and know two things are trying to occur. There are two things that they're trying to do. One, they're trying to disarm you. They're trying to get you to stop talking about it. Stop bringing up the fact that it happened. That's one. Two, they're trying to flip it and pin it back on you. They're trying to make you feel guilty for accusing them of doing something that they did. They're trying to make you feel like you're delusional, you're just making things up, and again, taking the blame off of them, taking the attention off of them, putting it on you. You gotta realize that, and you gotta be able to trust your gut when you feel like that's happening. If you know for a fact, like, this person did this, but then they're sitting there and telling you otherwise, and then you start seeing them crying and being extremely hysterical about it, at this point, you don't even need to continue the conversation. You don't need to continue that relationship, because they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. So just keep that in mind if you ever come across a situation like that. Don't fall for the crocodile tears. And don't confuse it for sincere tears either. Because sometimes, women are emotional. They can 100% be crying because they're just emotional creatures. It's a real reason. It's sincere. Like, something actually happened, something actually touched them emotionally to where they're crying. But if you see it makes absolutely no sense, or you see the tears and the crying comes every time it's time to talk about something they did, it's time to hold them accountable, it's time for them to put forth effort towards something that you've been talking about. If you see that's when the tears happen every single time, then you know, alright, this is some crocodile tears. This is some trying to not do this. This is trying to not take responsibility. This is trying to pin it on me. So keep that in mind. Don't fall for it. You know why crocodile tears happen. The original story is that the crocodiles, they'll cry while they're about to eat you. Like, they're actually sad when the whole time, like, they trying to eat your ass. They're not really sad. There's nothing really wrong with them. It's just fake. It's insincere while they're damaging you, which is the same thing as like a human being. While they're taking advantage of you, while they're trying to trick you, they're throwing these insincere tears just to get you off guard, just to, throw you off guard mentally. So watch out for that. Anyways, I'm out. Deuces.